Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard this Air France message. Your journey to France begins when you set foot on the plane, starting with a complimentary glass of champagne in every class. Now available in La Première and coming this November in Business Cabin, savor the tastes and flavors of an exclusive menu created by our new Michelin-starred French chef, Daniel Boulou, aboard our flights departing the U.S. Enjoy an exquisite taste of France before you arrive. Bon appétit! Elegance is a journey. Air France.
Welcome to another exciting episode of the Grindheart Mix Show. My name is DJ Milano Creative, and today we got a special guest, Zariah Aura. She's coming in to talk about her career as an adult film star. Tahnika Keyshay is in the studio with me.
Hello. Hi, Ronaldo.
Hello. Welcome to the Grindheart Mix Show. For all the people who may not be familiar with you, could you tell us who you are and where you're from?
My name is Zariah Aura, and I am located in North Hollywood, California. I am a adult film star and content creator.
That's awesome. So, what are the dope spots in Los Angeles right now that you would recommend people check out?
Oh, okay. I love going to West Hollywood. That's like my little stomping grounds. The Abbey is super fun. That's the Pink Pony Club. And then I love to go to Beaches Tropicana. That's one of my favorite bars in West Hollywood. It's got like 2 floors. It's got awesome ass VIP areas. I dance there sometimes. And yeah, I mean, pretty much anything down West Hollywood is going to be super fun. There's like Stash, there's Wild, all of them.
Also, that sounds fun. So I read that you are into Legos. How long have you been collecting Legos?
So I did Legos when I was younger. I didn't get to keep many of them because I was always moving and I didn't have my own little area for them. So I'm restarting now, now that I have my home and I've got all my little trinkets. I've got some ships that I've built. I've got some Star Wars logos that I've built. So yeah, I love to sit down and take some time for myself and just build Legos. So right now I'm looking into getting one of the Polaroid cameras that I wanted to make, and one of the typewriters as well, because I just like having like cool trinkets around the around my place, and so I need some more decoration.
Sounds good. So, do you got any other hobbies, or are you into collecting anything else besides Legos?
I mean, I like to collect lots of memories. So I have my whole place is filled with just pictures of all of the amazing experiences that I have. I'm a experience enthusiast, so I like to go and make memories with my friends and my family. And so if you come into my apartment, you'll see tons and tons of pictures from all the events, all the red carpets, all of the outings that I go and have with my friends, as well as art. I have a lot of art that my friends have created with their own hands, and so that to me is super special. I've got a clown collection as well. I've got wood collections. I've got book collections. I'm just, I collect. I'm a collector.
What type of books do you like to read?
So I've got lots of spiritual books. I've got spell books. I'm a little witch, so my spell books, my books, just get connected with. I've got some like vintage old magazines as well. I've got a bunch of Harry Potter books. I've got a bunch of just everything. I've got all types of books.
I know that a lot of people are like collecting like vintage video games and stuff like that. Are you into that? Because there's a lot of people doing that.
No, yeah, I am still super upset at my dad for getting rid of my Nintendo, my first Nintendo. I also lost, I think, my my PlayStation 1. So I definitely am one of those people who are trying to find all of the vintage games. I still have my PS4. I still have my PS2. I definitely am a collector of the vintage arts.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to collect a lot of, even getting the classic iPod. I'm trying to
Yes.
collect a lot of like classic stuff because I mean, I'm just be real. We're in this digital era, but I think that all of that retro analog stuff was amazing.
Oh, yeah. No, I still have my old iPod as well. I've got a few of them actually. I still even have the boxes that they came in because I'm just like I'm kind of a hoarder, so I like keep the boxes too. I'm just like I don't know. I just have to think back on the things that what if I lost that device? I at least still have the box. But no, I mean I love to have old things just because in this digital age, one day you bought a movie online and then later on that company decided, hey, I don't care if you bought this movie, we've decided to take it off of our catalog. And now you're shit out of luck. And so I like to have all of my old stuff that like it's, on there in the hard drive.
And not just that, they would take out certain things that's in the original film and re-release it on the streaming platforms. But if you got the original, you get to have what was not cut out. So that's another
Exactly.
reason to go with that. There was a lady, she had like 9 apartments that she recorded TV because she knew that they was gonna change history. And you can look her up, but that's what
Yes.
she was doing. And her son donated all her videotapes. She did it on VHR. Her son donated to the Internet Archive.
Yes, they created a whole like library of all of her stuff. She did it for years, and what was her name? Marion, right? Wasn't it Marion Strokes?
Yes, something like that.
Yeah, she literally recorded like hundreds of thousands of hours of just everything. I remember they said that her kids would have to go and like record the stuff and they'd have to miss things just to go home and make sure that the DVR was running.
So, what do you have to say for people? Because I know you got films out right now. Should they be doing that for your films? Do you feel like people should, how should people? And then there's also people who are now, they're doing like fairs and like for adult content where people can like take their like relatives old DVDs and they can so that the videos are not lost and so they don't trash videos. How do you feel about that? They're trying to preserve like their relatives. So say the lady Gina from Martin, her dad died and they went through and they saw like a lot of poor DVDs that he had.
Uh-huh.
But there is a platform that is trying to preserve stuff like that your relatives might have had. So how do you
Mhm.
feel about stuff like that? And what do you want people to do with your DVDs? I feel like you're on DVD, not just streaming.
Yeah, no, I definitely have some DVDs out of me. I'm front cover on a good amount of them. I love my work and I'm just so proud of it. So I would definitely want somebody to do that. I want them to go and submit my DVDs and make sure that my legacy lives on. I'm definitely one of those girls that if knocking on wood, if anything were to happen, I want my art to live on. I want people to know who Zariah Aura was and who she is and transcend, life and be able to be here even when I'm not here. So I would hope that my family and my friends all continue to show my art when I'm no longer here and that I'm able to, be immortalized through the digital age. And yeah, definitely want my DVDs submitted. I have them all in my room, and I hope if the day comes that everyone takes them and goes and shows them to the world. I think it's super cool to be able to have things like that out there and have platforms where you're able to submit these kind of things just so that we don't not exist anymore. Keeps us going.
What would you say? What would you consider probably your favorite DVD that you have shot?
My favorite DVD that I've shot. My goodness, that's such a hard one to fucking answer. Sorry, my potty mouth.
You're fine. We accept profanity. That's all
Oh
good.
yeah,
So
we can be, but yeah, profanity. Okay, good.
yeah,
So, I mean, really, that is just such a difficult one to answer. But I will say one of my favorite times and one of my favorite releases that I have is part of the Muses series with Adult Time. It was where I got to show my fantasy, and I was able to write this alongside my partner and Adult Time, and we brought my fantasy to life, which was me being a model who is coming on to a photographer, which is like something that like is so hot to me. Remember when I first started in adult, I assumed that, the dynamics between the
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard this Air France message. Your journey to France begins when you set foot on the plane, starting with a complimentary glass of champagne in every class. Now available in La Première and coming this November in Business Cabin, savor the tastes and flavors of an exclusive menu created by our new Michelin-starred French chef, Daniel Boulou, aboard our flights departing the U.S. Enjoy an exquisite taste of France before you arrive. Bon appétit! Elegance is a journey. Air France.
the people who are shooting you and the model were a lot more blurred than they are. It's very professional. So for me, I'm a little perv, so I go on set and I'm just like, I want to be able to interact with people in a way that isn't very professional, so I have to hold that in. So I was able to put my fantasy into the adult space and show them what kind of things I'm thinking of when I'm being watched by the people on set. And so it's called Muses, Zariah Aura featuring Tommy King, and it's one of my babies. I love it so much. I put so much of myself into it. I got to choose the lighting. I got to choose the way that the transitions went through everything, and I got to narrate the whole thing. And so I definitely recommend that one. If you're going to look for anything, look for Muses, Zariah Aura featuring Tommy King. I got to choose my co-star and it was insane.
That's awesome because I don't know how long you have been doing films. Like, how long have you been doing films?
I'm almost at my 4 years. So in March will be officially my 4 years. So I'm still at 3 years and something. So I started in 2022 professionally.
So yeah, normally if you 4 years in, you don't really have too much control. And then Adult Time is like a major studio, so that's a big deal.
They're incredible. They treat me so amazing. I really owe a lot of my career to Adult Time. They leveled me up. They have been there to support me. They have treated me amazingly, and I just can't thank them enough. So shout out to Adult Time for sure.
Who is somebody that you would like to work with that you haven't worked with?
Somebody that I'd like to work with that I haven't gotten to work with. Okay. Well, I still hate that I haven't worked with Demi Sutra. I really wanted to work with her a few years back, and I am still sad that I haven't made that happen. So I'm hoping that one is something I can lock in. I also really want to work with Kazumi. Kazumi and I give each other the eyes every single time that we see each other, and I love her so much. She's such a sweetie. I was going to see her tonight at the Pornhub party that I was going to go to, and she's emceeing tonight. So maybe if my plans change and I do end up going, then I'll see her, and maybe I can bring it up because now it's in my thoughts again. But yeah, like Demi Sutra, Kazumi, and then let's think of a boy. I don't know, because I work mostly with girls. A boy that I'd like to work with. Oh my goodness. Who? See, I can't even think about them because I don't even work with the boys too much, so I never really sit there and think about them too much. I would say, oh gosh, I'm spacing so hard. I for sure want to work with Jaden Marcos, and I want to work with I'm thinking of who actually would even work with me. Let's just keep it at those. Let's just keep it at those for now.
And one thing I can notice is that you have a lot of confidence. What helped you with, your confidence?
What helped me with my confidence? I guess it was really just, I knew at the end of the day, nobody else could do it but me. Nobody could make me do anything. Nobody could, tell me where to go or anything. It had to be me. I had to be the one in control. And so I learned that pretty early on. I kind of grew up just figuring things out on my own. I felt like, a lot of my growing up was very much in survival mode. And so I spent a lot of time with myself. And when I finally did start to go out into the world and like discover it on my own, and then alongside some friends, I realized that I could not be afraid and I would not be able to do anything if I was afraid, So I pushed myself. I made myself uncomfortable. I put myself in positions of saying yes. The biggest thing to do is just say yes, At the end of the day, it's better to say yes and maybe not be okay with what you did or whatever than, regret it later. And so I just really saw so many people out there living their truth in their life. And I wanted to do the same thing. And I just knew at the end of the day, it had to be me to do it. So I go out every single day ready to compliment somebody, speak to somebody, talk to somebody. And yeah, it literally just takes doing it. And so I have trained myself into just speaking up and speaking out, and I'm very happy about it. I'm the most confident I've ever been in my life, and I will say it had to do with adult really put me out of my box too. So growing up, I was confident because I was performing and I was singing and I was dancing and I was doing all these things. But then when I came out doing adult work, it put me in a completely different space, a completely different world, and I wanted to take full advantage of it. So I just blossomed into this confident being that I am today.
So my co-host, she is a female. Also, I enjoyed talking to you, but my co-host, she kind of worked in the adult entertainment industry, as a dancer and stuff. So I'm gonna let her take over because she's gonna have some good questions for you.
Oh, hell yeah.
And also because we gotta have you back on the show because I enjoy talking to you. But
Yeah, let's do it.
Listening. Hi, I'm Keyshay.
Hi, Keyshay. Hi, gorgeous.
All right. So, hey, I was listening to you and I'm already like, okay, bringing that energy. I'm loving it. I really wanted to know, like, what influenced your creative process the most, or like who influences your creative process?
Well, to be honest, right now, I mean, so many people in my life have helped me along the way and really taught me how to just create and find the art within yourself. But right now, the person or people, two of the people that have been really helping me out over the last few years, pretty much actually the whole time I've been an adult, have been Emma Rose and Eva Maxim. They are some of the most amazing, hardworking girls that I know. And any time that I'm with them, I am able to just unravel this crazy brain of mine and create some beautiful things with them, work closely. And any time that I'm home, because I live here in LA and I also have a place in Las Vegas with Eva. Whenever I'm there, I get to just work and be a hot slut, and it just makes me so happy. I just love the way they work. They're hardworking. They create things every single day, and they inspire me to be my best self, my healthiest self, and my craziest, dirtiest self.
Love it. I love it. I'm all for like the sexy vibe. I'm like that girl that promotes being sexy. So trust me, I'm with you. Some people try to look down on it.
Yeah.
Or like try to put a age limit. Do you feel like that? Like people try to put box like being sexy, like try to box it in or make it like you're a bad person because you like being sexy.
Every single day of my life. I have been, since I was a teen. I mean, growing up, I was already that like sexy person who just liked to show my body and do stuff like that. So I remember when I was like 18, I was going out wearing things that people would never even think of. I lived in Colorado Springs, Colorado, which is a very small place, in Colorado. Not like super tiny, but like it's very conservative. So it's like it feels small to me. It's not huge. It's there's people there who are just so repressed and so held back from like life, and right there is where I was going out in fishnets and I was doing crazy makeup and wearing crazy nails, and I just was always emoting sex. And then when I started performing in clubs, I was 21 and I was just always trying to be this sexy artistic being, and it paid off. I mean, here we are, 8 years later. I am about to be 29, and I'm still doing the sex and making it sexier. I feel even sexier than I was then, you know? I sometimes like to think back and go, because for a minute there, I was like, the whole thing about age, you know? People try to tell you, you know, you're getting older and you can't dress like that, you can't do this, you know, you're almost 30, or people will say things about people in their 30s. And I'm like, baby, that's like when you barely start living, you know?
Exactly.
And I literally am almost there. I literally, next year I'm 30. I'm super excited about it. For a few years I was scared. Like I was like, oh no, I'm losing time. But no, it's so not true. That is like when you really start to live.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard this Air France message. Your journey to France begins when you set foot on the plane, starting with a complimentary glass of champagne in every class. Now available in La Première and coming this November in Business Cabin, savor the tastes and flavors of an exclusive menu created by our new Michelin-starred French chef, Daniel Boulou, aboard our flights departing the U.S. Enjoy an exquisite taste of France before you arrive. Bon appétit! Elegance is a journey. Air France.
You get to know yourself more, and you're able to even be hotter. So I'm literally so much hotter.
Like, you probably just got even hotter.
Yeah,
right?
I'm so much hotter than when I was 21. And it's funny because sometimes I think back and I'm like, you know what? I wish that I was back at 21 and I had no idea what I was doing. I did not look this good. And I mean, even today, to this day, people think I'm 21 to 23. So baby, let's play it up. I'll play it up.
Yeah,
if you think I'm 21, 23, then let's go.
I love your energy. Like, I just love you already.
Thank you,
So,
baby.
is there something? You're welcome. Is there something like exciting that you're working on, like like a goal or a project, anything like that? You're super excited about?
Right now, I'm just really excited to live life. I have been taking time for myself and like having my own sex off camera, and I feel like I kind of just got consumed by all of my work that I forgot to like take care of myself and like my needs and my life. And so right now I'm just really excited to go and visit my people. I'm excited to go and travel the world. You know, I've worked my ass off these last almost 4 years, and it's paid off so much. And I feel like now is the time for me to go and play in this world and go and have all of the crazy kinky sex that I mean, I've been having crazy kinky sex, trust me. But I'm just ready to go and do it in another country, honey. I want to go to Berlin. I want to go to Amsterdam. I'm trying to go to Spain, you know? And so literally tomorrow, well, all this month I've been doing a bunch of orgies, and next month I'm doing a bunch of orgies. But tomorrow I'm doing Kinky Rabbit. I don't know if you've heard of them. They are
share.
So it's called Kinky Rabbit Club. They are a really awesome party that we perform at, and there's lots of hot group sex. And so tomorrow I will be doing that, and it's going to be my second booking with them. Thank you. So I'm super happy. I've been trying for years to get in with them, and I finally did. And so I did well a few months ago. They tried to have me last month for September, but it was on the day of my wedding, so I couldn't go. Then
it's just congratulations.
Thank
and like
you.
I can feel the happiness from you. Like, you know, I can feel that you and I don't even know you like that. And I can feel it through the phone. Like, I can feel you're in a good space. And I just love that for you.
I am, and I am very, very happy with my life. I've got my little puppy, my kitty, my husband, my boys, my girls, my everything, and it's just going amazingly, and I'm just so happy. So thank you.
Hard work is paying off, and you deserve it. Is there like a recent life lesson or something that? Let me rephrase this. What's like a lesson life has taught you recently? I guess that would be better. Like,
I have learned how to be able to enjoy life without having to alter my state of being every single day. I feel like because for years I dealt with issues with drugs. As we grow up, you know, many of us go through so many things and we turn to
Absolutely.
drugs for so many reasons. And I feel like now I'm not turning to drugs for an escape. I'm turning to them for an
Like
more
an
of an
experience.
experience and a like to elevate an experience instead of to run
Yes.
from an experience. And
I love it.
so I am 15-month clean. I haven't done any, and I'm
Congrats.
so proud. That was like my biggest like vice in the world. And now pretty much I only have like a drink here or there, like maybe once, two times a month. Like, and like
Okay.
even then, like it's very, very sporadic. At my wedding, I only had a three-fourths of a drink, and I was pretty much sober the entire wedding. And I was so like in the moment. I literally got an open bar for my whole entire like you know for the whole wedding, and I was like,
Yes.
everyone can go and get fucked up, like do your thing. I'm like, but I just want to like be here, you know. I don't need to
Enjoy
like
the
go
moment.
anywhere. And so I feel like life has taught me to live in the moment, take every single second, don't take anything for granted.
Yes.
And I think that it's just made life so much better for me.
I
Much
love
better.
that for you. Literally. I really, really, truly do. I feel like I drink every day, like I drink wine
Hmm.
every day. I don't know if some people would say like I'm an alcoholic or whatever. So I think that's really good that you were able to have that self control even at your wedding. Cause I feel like with that being something probably like a big highlight of your life and to
Yeah.
still be able to like, I don't want to be in this moment drunk. I
Yep.
want to be just off of the love, the happiness. Like,
Exactly, exactly. And it was all love. And I mean, going back to you bringing up your drinking, at the end of the day, it's you who decides what your drinking is and what your reasoning is for it. Because I don't think there's
thank
anything
you.
wrong with people being able to have their thing for the day. You know, for
Yep.
me, I just know that I cannot handle doing all of the things all the time because I am an addictive personality. I am an addict, you know. So for me, I am trying to rework my addiction into being addicted to other things, being addicted to, like I said, the moment, the
Yes.
experience and stuff like that. So that is where I'm reworking that. But at the end of the day, I still think it's okay for people to be able to have their wine for the end of the night, be able to
Yep.
do a little of this, a little of that. And for me, it's just me. I'm reworking the way that I am doing my vice. I want to be able to go and have a little bit
Exactly.
of this or that when that moment comes, you know. But lately I've just been becoming addicted to like myself and my health and my life. And so at the end of the day, girl, you do what you need to do and you'll figure it out, and you will know when the time is to rework that and change that for you, not for anybody else. Don't worry
Thank
about what they
you.
think. Don't think, you know, worry about what you think.
I love that because honestly, I was just going to ask you like what advice you would give someone, and you just gave me some really great advice. And just all the listeners out there, like, I really appreciate that a lot. Like you said, it's
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard this Air France message. Your journey to France begins when you set foot on the plane, starting with a complimentary glass of champagne in every class. Now available in La Première and coming this November in Business Cabin, savor the tastes and flavors of an exclusive menu created by our new Michelin-starred French chef, Daniel Boulou, aboard our flights departing the U.S. Enjoy an exquisite taste of France before you arrive. Bon appétit! Elegance is a journey. Air France.
what, at the end of the day, it's what you make it. It's how you feel about it, not listening
Mhm.
to other people or trying to. So I really love that advice for sure. What does self love mean to you? And what does a self care day look like for you?
Self love to me is showing up every single day, looking at yourself in that mirror and saying, you are beautiful, you are love, you are that bitch. And it has to do with showing up for you first before anybody else. And it's not bad. It's okay to be selfish sometimes. It's okay for you to put everything aside and say, you know what? Today is all about me. Today is all about making sure that I feel good, that I look good, that I can go and be the best person I can for everybody around me. Because at the end of the day, you can't be good to people if you're not good to yourself. And so for me, the first thing is just making sure that I feel good that day, that I look beautiful, and I feel like I just revel in the love of myself, because I love myself so much now. And I think that I just show up for myself every single day now to then show up for others, because I love loving everybody. I love loving life and my people. And so a good self-care day for me is waking up at a good like 8-9 in the morning, washing my face, brushing my hair, brushing my teeth, making sure I look good, I smell good. And then I do a nice, beautiful stretch in the shower. I like to get down to the bottom of my feet and just like really work on them. One of the things that I've learned to do when I'm lotioning up my body is just really massaging into my muscles, massaging into my shoulders. I hold a lot of my stress and a lot of my emotions in my my shoulders and the bottom of my back. So I just really dig in on it. I work my way down my titties, down to my ass. I like to just really get it. Yes, girl, exactly. I like to really just touch up on myself, and it just feels good. It feels good to be able to touch myself in a way that I know others can touch me too, because then now that I know what it feels like and what I like, then I can tell them. So self-love starts with me first, and then I'll tell you how to take care of me.
God, I just love you so much. I am now like a super fan, so I am going to stalk you. So, yes, be aware. And I'm
Tell
just so
Ronaldo to send me
grateful.
your info so that I can follow you back. We'll follow each other on
Absolutely.
socials.
I am about to go stalk your page now. But do you have any like closing words for your supporters or for the good people out there?
Love yourself.
Yes.
First, foremost, take care of yourself. Go out there and say yes to something today, and go and push yourself to do something you never thought of. And if somebody asks you for food or something, you take care of them, because that was your moment to bless somebody today, okay? So go out there and take care of your fellow human. And I
I
love you.
love it. I love it. Thank you so much. And do you want to shout out like your social media, anything
Yes.
you're working on?
Yes, I would love if you and everybody else come and follow me at Zariah Aura XXX.com or ZariahAura.com. I've got all of my Instagram, my Pornhub. I've got my Twitter on there. I've got a bunch of fun things coming up. So come and follow me. Come and chat with me. I'm dropping my Sex Panther this week. So let's have some fun, babies. Mwah.
Yes, I had so much fun. I don't know if Renardo has any closing words on his end, but I am just like in so much like in awe with you. So real shit, I'm definitely gonna be tapping in. I just love, love, love your energy. And anytime I'm in LA, I already know who to hit up.
You better hit me up, girl. Have a good night,
And then
Keyshay.
anytime you're in Atlanta, you can hit
Oh,
me up too.
I love Atlanta. I will definitely hit
Yes,
you up. I will hit you up.
yes, please do.
Thank you for coming through to the show, the Grind Heart Mix Show. Also, a shout out to Dub Rub PR because they hooked this up, your publicist. So I do want to give Erica a shout out. So
Thank you, Erica. We love you so much.
Yeah, shout out to Erica.
thank you for coming to the show. But before I go, what type of music do you listen to? Because, I got to play the music that you like. And I
Baby,
play everything.
I love, love, love techno and house. So I love a good Green Velvet, Chicago
Ooh.
legend. I love some good techno with Amelie Lenz, Charlie DeWitt, Sarah Landry, good John Summit or Fisher moment. But I'm a big rave girly. So anything techno house, that's where I'm gonna be on the dance floor, shaking ass.
This is a hip hop show, but Tahnika will tell you, I be playing all of that for real.
This is
Period.
I'm
Period.
excited. I'm gonna be tuning in. Yes.
All right. Thank you for coming to the show.
Thanks.
Until
Later.
next time, we got to do this again.
Mwah. Talk soon.
Mwah.
You have just listened to the Grindheart Mix Show. Make sure you check us out every Monday and Tuesday at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, 6 o'clock Pacific Time on Inspire Radio, www.inspireradio, or go to your favorite podcast app and search for Grindheart Mix Show. Thank you for your support. Feel free to subscribe to our podcast and leave a review.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard this Air France message. Your journey to France begins when you set foot on the plane, starting with a complimentary glass of champagne in every class. Now available in La Première and coming this November in Business Cabin, savor the tastes and flavors of an exclusive menu created by our new Michelin-starred French chef, Daniel Boulou, aboard our flights departing the U.S. Enjoy an exquisite taste of France before you arrive. Bon appétit! Elegance is a journey. Air France.